Today I'm going to be unboxing this Magic the Gathering Aetherdrift bundle. This is the latest expansion in the Magic the Gathering trading card game. It did get a little bit damaged in the shipping, but the content should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and open the box. Hear the dice rolling around in there. Alright, so this is what the box looks like. Get a look at the dice. It has a nice ethereal-like effect to it. There's some kind of debris on it. Looks like it's just from the box. These are typically hand cards in these packs. I believe it's open one of them. Plains. This is the Plains card with Anubis looking statues in the background. Island. Swamp. These are just the basic land cards. Forest. Another Plains card. Couple more Plains cards here. I love the designs of these 3 swamp cards. mountain. And the forest. Set those up there out of the way. First pack. Max speed. Start your engines. Whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, if your speed is 1 or greater, increase your speed by 1. Max speed is 4. This ability triggers only once each turn. Alright. First we have Flood the Engine. Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature or vehicle. When this aura enters, tap Enchanted Permanent. Enchanted Permanent loses all abilities and doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. There had been a time when the End Riders would have killed for water. Now look at them, they're drowning in it. Bright Field Glider. Creature, Possum Mount. He's so cute. Vigilance. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, it gets +1/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Crash and Burn. Choose one, destroy target vehicle, or Crash and Burn deals 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Engine Rat. Creature, Zombie Rat. Death Touch. Each opponent loses 2 life. In a land of undeath, permanent pest control solutions are few and far between. Run Over. This spell costs 1 less to cast if it targets a mount or vehicle you control. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Burn a Rocket. Artifact vehicle. Flash. When this vehicle enters, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. Walking Sarcophagus. Start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. The warrior rose in a very different world from the one he'd left behind. Zombie cats within the sarcophagus there. Greenbelt Guardian. Elf Ranger. Target creature gains trample until end of turn. A Monket Raceway. Land card. Outpace Oblivion enchantment. When this enchantment enters, it deals 5 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. 2. Sacrifice this enchantment. It deals 2 damage to each player who doesn't have max speed. Guidelight Pathmaker. Overturn Monument. Jupiric Omnivore. Roadkill takes on an entirely different meaning when the beast you crash into is more likely to kill you. Is he eating machinery? Looks like he's eating a tire right there. And an island land card. Alright, next pack. Looks like we got the same card in the back. Goblin Surveyor. Creature, Goblin Scout, Trample. Max speed 3. Exile this card from your graveyard. Draw a card. Grim Javelineer. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. When that creature dies this turn, surveil 1. Keti lost everything to the Eternals and the Phyrexians. What she gained was an intimate knowledge of death in its myriad forms. Hazard of the Dunes. Creature, Worm. Trample, Reach. Exhaust. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on this creature. Activate each exhaust ability only once. It's aggravating that nature can build better hazards than I ever could. Termin, track designer. Nimble, Top Terrorist. Vidalcan Artificer. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 colorless Topter artifact creature token with flying. The Aether Rangers repurposed Topters once used for consulate surveillance so they could scout the track. Swiftwing Assailant. Bird Warrior. Max speed, this creature gets +0/+1 and has vigilance. Avishgar Raceway. Wreck Remover. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. You gain 1 life. Don't get too cocky. We're all junk to the cleanup crew. Far Fortune. Fuel the Flames. Fuel the Flames deals 2 damage to each creature. Our world died, but we survived. Funny how it's the opposite for you, Rito and Ryder. Flaming Cats. Pouncing. Legoran, Soul of Alarcria. Legendary creature, Beast Mount. Whenever Legoran attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target mounts and or vehicles. Memory Guardian. Affinity for artifacts. For the Guidelight Voyagers, there is no such thing as junk. And we have Clamorous Ironclad. Artifact vehicle. Menace Crew 3 cycling. Cut through the air like a corsair. Caradora, Heart of Alacria. When Caradora enters, you may search your library for a mount or vehicle card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature or vehicle you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. Spire, Max Cycle. Haste, Exhaust. Tap another untapped mount or vehicle you control. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on it for each mount and or vehicle you control other than this vehicle. And Forest Land card. Servo, token artifact creature, Servo. Streaking Oil Gorger. This creature, Vampire. This creature has lifelink. They feed on oil. Where were they during the Phyrexian invasion? Gender Noir. Beast Rider Vanguard. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and pull it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. She knows what I'm thinking before I do. That is what true partnership means. Gear Seeker Serpent. The biggest collector of vehicles on Avishkar is also the largest. It's a giant serpent. Lotus Guard Disciple. When this creature enters, target creature or vehicle gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. No one dies under my watch. Sectum, Lotus Guard Veteran. Gilded Goda. Whenever this creature attacks while settled, create a treasure token. Interface Ace. This creature saddles mounts and cruise vehicles using its toughness rather than its power. Whenever this creature becomes tapped during your turn, untap it. This ability triggers only once each turn. To the Guided Light Voyagers, a vehicle is just another hardware upgrade. We got another Burning Rocket. Ooze Patrol. When this creature enters, mill 2 cards, then put a +1/+1 counter on this creature for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard. As it digested the demonic roadster, it too learned the thrill of speed. Hellish Sideswipe. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Destroy target creature or vehicle. If the sacrificed permanent was a vehicle, draw a card. Might makes right of way. Reckless Velocitar. Whenever this creature saddles a mount or crews a vehicle during your main phase, that mount or vehicle gets +2/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. Repairs are tomorrow's problem. Alacrian Armory. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1 target mount or vehicle you control. Until end of turn, that permanent becomes saddled if it's a mount and becomes an artifact creature if it's a vehicle. Castle Thrill Roller. When this vehicle enters, it becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Discard a card. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate only as a sorcery. Skystreak Engineer. Garima was delighted to finally test out her design. The amazing views were a bonus. And Swift Water Cliffs. Maximum Overdrive. Compared to the Fuel Wars on Gesto, this Grand Prix is a thrilling vacation. Run Over. Guidelight Optimizer. Spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate an ability. Analysis. Systems operating at 125% efficiency. Stress within expected tolerances. Exclamatory punch it. Broadcast Rambler. To keep up with the Grand Prix, reporters trained just as hard as the racers themselves. Gesto Blockbuster. When this creature enters, you may sacrifice a creature or vehicle. When you do, destroy target artifact on opponent controls. Consider me an accident no longer waiting to happen. Wreckage Wickerfolk. When this creature enters, surveil 2. Interface Ace. Dune Drifter. It was easy for them to replace lost crew members once they reached home turf. Road Rage. Road Rage deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is 2 plus the number of mounts and vehicles you control. End Riders learned the rules of the road on Gestalt, which meant they didn't learn any rules at all. Dredger's Insight. Whenever one or more artifact and or creature cards leave your graveyard, you gain 1 life. When this enchantment enters, mill 4 cards. You may put an artifact, creature, or land card from among the milled cards into your hand. Detention Chariot. When this vehicle enters, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this vehicle leaves the battlefield. Possession Engine. Here's a tip. If your ride needs souls for fuel, make sure to always keep one handy. Walking Sarcophagus. It's the zombie cat. And Swamp Card. Treasure is the token artifact. Dinosaur Dragon is the token creature. Voyager Quick Welder. Prow Watcher Specialist. Don't you know it's dangerous to go faster than us? Ripclaw Wrangler. When this vehicle enters, each opponent discards a card. By the time Shantanu heard the End Riders chanting the claw, he was already in its grasp. Broken Wings. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. An early lead puts a target on your back. Spectral Interference. Counter target artifact or creature spell unless its controller pays 4. So many fears. Let's make them all come true. That's a gnarly looking one. Mutant Surveyor. Ticket Tortoise. When this creature enters, if an opponent controls more lands than you create a treasure token. Admit 1, enjoy the race. Apocalypse Runner. Don't avoid the wreck, survive it. Momentum Breaker. Sky Serpent Seeker. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal 2 land cards. Put those land cards onto the battlefield tapped and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Pit Automation. Ketrimos, the New Dawn. Ketrimos can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Let the past die so the future might live. Tactile Terror. Whenever this creature or another artifact you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And you're telling me this was designed for children? And Blossoming Sands. Another Servo. Swift Assailant. Kick off celebrations. Starting Column. Streaking Oil Gorger. Beast Strider Vanguard. Night Market. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color. The Indigo Revolution changed more about Avishkar than just its name. Even Conti's infamous night markets had gone legitimate. Guidelight Matrix. When this artifact enters, draw a card. Target mount you control becomes saddled until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Ranger's Refueler. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, draw a card. Earth Rumbler. Exile an artifact or creature card from your graveyard. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. The Brute aspires to become speed itself. Roadside Assistance. Apocalypse Runner. Possession Engine. Clamorous Ironclad. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Tap any number of creatures you control with total power 3 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. For cycling, discard this card and draw a card. And Rugged Highlands. The Servo. Grim Bauble. When this artifact enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Or select sacrifice this artifact, surveil 2. Broken Wings. Glitch Ghost Surveyor. Ride's End. This spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a tapped permanent. Exile target creature or vehicle. Their race ended much the same way it began, walking through a sandstorm on a world that ended long ago. Magmacan Artillerist. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, this creature deals that much damage to each opponent. When you cycle this card, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Migrating Ketradon. When this creature enters, you gain 4 life. Skybox Fairy. Ranger's Refueler. Apocalypse Runner. Trade the Helm. Exchange control of target artifact or creature you control and target artifact or creature an opponent controls. This looks like a winning vehicle, but you lot ain't a winning team. Thundering Broodwagon. When this vehicle enters, destroy target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value 4 or less. I don't know if this is Topter or Thopter Fabricator. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 colorless Topter artifact creature token when flying. Take flight on the wings of true innovation. Leonin Surveyor. Cat Scout. So it's a cat scouting on top of some kind of a ram creature. And Blossoming Sands. Another Leonin Surveyor. Another Crash and Burn. Siphon Fuel. Target creature gets -6/-6 until end of turn. You gain 2 life. After years of hunger, the oil-thirsting vampires of Gastel finally had their fill. Silken Strength. Enchant creature or vehicle. When this aura enters, untap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent gets +1/+2 and has reach. Skystreak Engineer. Another Wreck Remover. Another Night Market. Reef Roads. That's pretty. That's a pretty place. This land enters tapped unless you control a mount or vehicle. Sacrifice this land, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this token settles mount and cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. Activate only as a sword. Greenbelt Guardian. A Monket Raceway. Outpace Oblivion. Bulwark Ox. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Sacrifice this creature. Creatures you control with counters on them gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Legorin Soul of Valkyria again. And Rugged Highlights. And we're on to the last pack. Okay, we have another Run Over, another Guidelight Optimizer, another Broadcast Rambler, another Gastel Blockbuster, another Engine Rat, Stampeding Scurryfoot. That's adorable. All creatures great and small contribute to the stampede. That's adorable. Another Guidelight Matrix. Avishkar Raceway. Another Soul of Lacria. Legarin. Carrion Cruiser. When this vehicle enters, mill 2 cards, then return a creature or vehicle card from your graveyard to your hand. Another Fuel the Flames. Mu Yanling, Wind Rider. When this creature enters, create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact token with crew 1. Vehicles you control have flying. Whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Another Nimble Top Turret. And a Mountain Land card. Alright, that's it. Alright, so that is it for this video. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope that you'll join me for another video. And until then, good morning, good afternoon,